It pains me to say this, but we are sliding into the last half of August. That's the bad news. The good news is a lot of good concerts coming up in Maine in the next couple of weeks. Our guide, as usual, the music writer for the Portland Press Herald, Aimsel Ponti.
Hello.
Summer racing by. It bums me out.
I know. I feel like we're going to wake up in November and be like, did you have a good summer? Did you forget to have a good summer? But we're here now, and there's a lot of great music.
Every November.
This list could have been like 20 pages long.
Then we better get to it.
All right, here we go.
We'll begin with a show that's tomorrow night in Kittery at the Dance Hall. It's the 2025 Seacoast Jazz Festival.
Yes, so this is just a shout out to Kittery, the Dance Hall in Kittery, wonderful venue. And if you're a jazz fan and you don't know about this, you need to know about it. So it's the Jesse Tate Piano Trio, all sorts of music. And also, this thing continues the very next day, Saturday, at Prescott Park in Portsmouth, starting at noon with a whole bunch of acts. So the takeaway is a lot of jazz, Kittery, Portsmouth, Friday, Saturday.
That is starting tomorrow. Let's jump ahead to Saturday, the 23rd at Thompson's Point in Portland, a local act, 12OC.
12OC.
Trying to drink you out my mind, 'cause I know I ain't all yours. Bet you got a bottle of sweet red wine.
These guys are absolutely, they're brothers, Will and Reed, and they moved to Nashville, which is a smart move, right. I think a couple years ago, but they're becoming like a huge nationally known act. And I love that they got the name. A lot of people don't know this, but I learned a carpentry term when I interviewed them, which is, I'll be quick about it. When you're building a house, floor joists are supposed to be framed 16/OC, which is 16 inches on center. A mishap happened during a construction of a bunkhouse at Moosehead Lake, resulting in a floor that was 12OC. And the name stuck.
And you got an act.
You heard it here.
Show coming up on Tuesday the 26th.
Okay, this is Bangor trip number one
this
for
is
Aimsel.
Bangor trip number one at the Maine Savings Amphitheater. This is Billy Idol with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
First of all, raise your hand if you were at the Maine State Pier show a decade ago, 2015, Billy Idol on the Maine State Pier. Yeah. That was completely awesome.
Missed it.
He rocked, and he is going to rock again. All the hits, and he has a new record. And the most gargantuan PS in the history of PSs, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts are opening the show. And you asked me before we started doing the segment if I'd ever seen Joan Jett. And I have seen her once because my high school, Andover High School in Andover, Massachusetts, when I was a senior, won a Boston radio station contest. And the prize was, you know it.
2 tickets to go see Joan Jett?
Nope, better. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts played in my high school auditorium. She is in my yearbook. I'm not making this up.
My word.
So
we're going to revisit this. On a slow day, we're going to revisit this, but we need to keep moving.
Oh, yes.
I talk about a show that's coming up.
The pinnacle of my summer.
Just a few nights later.
Yes.
The pinnacle of your summer, August 30th, again in Bangor.
My goodness.
The Indigo Girls with Melissa Etheridge.
So this is like the most exciting, quite frankly, the most exciting co-headlining tour of my life as a music fan. This show, they did a couple of shows last summer, including up at Sydney at the Snow Pond Center for the Arts. And I went, and I was up against the railing. I went early, and it was like the best night of my life. And I'm reliving it all on Saturday, August 30th at the Maine Savings Amphitheater. They trade off who goes on first. It's co-headlining. No one's opening for anybody. They do some collaborations, like Indigo Girls sing "You Can Sleep While I Drive." I'm hysterical.
Let's hit the lightning round because we've got some more, and there's some big names on this.
All right.
But let's get through them quickly.
Here we go. Friday night, Anshe Duvacot with Good Night Moonshine at the Stone Mountain Arts Center in Brownfield. August 28th, and she should be more than lightning round, but we only have so much time. Bonnie Raitt, there's still some tickets left at the Maine Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. The 29th, Heather Pearson Trio. She's so good, making her debut at the Booth Bay Opera House. Then on August 31st, Leon Bridges with Charlie Crockett at Thompson's Point on, August 31st. And number 5, this is Outlaw Music Festival at Maine Savings Amphitheater. Of course, you've got Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan, but also Sheryl Crow, who's phenomenal live.
Extraordinary.
And one of my favorite groups of recent years, Waxahachie and Madeline Edwards. And finally, Fantagram at the State Theater on September 8th. Glasses are off. I am psyched.
We're out of time. The glasses are off, but Joan Jett is still in your high school yearbook.
Yes, she is.
Aimsel Ponti, a pleasure as always.
Always.
That full list on our website and app. Stick around. Back in a moment.